Put all that aside. The channel, the brands, the sponsorships. I am on your side first. There's nothing more important to me than you.
This isn't a motivational speech. It's just a father doing his best in real time. Sometimes dives get difficult and sometimes we have to end them early. What matters most to me is that my son knows that that's okay. We were in Florida to complete our DPV certification at Vortex Springs. The weather didn't cooperate, the water was colder than what we're used to, and on day one, Gunnar had to call his dive. I could see the disappointment on his face, not just about ending the dive, but about what he felt it said about him. Back at the hotel, we had a conversation I think every parent and every kid understands. This is that conversation.
All right, so Gunnar, I just wanted to do a check-in with us because we were kind of talking about it. You've had like multiple dives that you had to thumb because of whatever, you get disoriented in Cozumel and then you start getting sick. We didn't know you were getting sick, but you started getting sick, and so you canceled several dives and then you thumbed. Well, you didn't thumb any. We didn't end any dives early, but you had to cancel several dives while we were in Cozumel, and then yesterday, trying to dive with Zach, the water was too cold and you just couldn't do it. And I've been thinking a lot since then. I know that, well, first I want you to know that like the pressure that you feel sometimes to dive is a lot like the pressure that I feel being your dad. So I don't always know, like I know that there's a tremendous amount of pressure sometimes. I don't ever want that pressure to be on you, but I want you to know that I feel pressure like that too, because I don't always know how I'm going to do things or what it takes to do things the right way. I know sometimes that I do things the wrong way. But pressure is what turns you into a strong, resilient man, But I want you to know that we have a lot on the line on some of these dives. We've got brands depending on us. We have time constraints. We've got to, people are expecting us to produce and perform, and capture this content. But I want you to know something. Put all that aside. The channel, the brands, the sponsorships. I am on your side first. There's nothing more important to me than you. Not any partnership, not any video performance or anything like that. You are the most important thing, and I've got your back. Like if you need, if you need to thumb a dive, or if you're not comfortable, or if you don't even want to go on a dive, it's fine. I just want to make sure, like there's a fine line between bailing out because it's the easy thing to do, and bailing out because you don't feel right about it, or you're uncomfortable, or you're too damn cold like yesterday, I just want to make sure that I'm not adding any extra pressure on you, but at the same time, I want you to be resilient and tough-minded. You know what I mean? Like when you run your 400, that last 100 is hell, right? Sometimes, not all the time, we have a lot of easy, fun dives. But sometimes the dives are going to be a little tougher. Yesterday, I don't think you could have dove. Like you were shaking before we even went down. The reason I wanted to check in with you this morning, some people, when we dive with them, that they let you they don't expect much out of you, right? So they're real patient with you. I've seen how good of a diver you are. They don't know. I've seen how good of a diver you are, and I'm extremely proud of that. And that's sometimes where some of my disappointment comes from, because I'm like, I know he can do better than that. Not including yesterday. Yesterday you were just too damn cold, period. But I wanted to check in because I want to make sure that this is what you want to be doing. You love diving, right? You want to dive.
Just not cold areas.
Just not cold areas. I think that needed to be said. And sometimes my reaction isn't right, Gunnar, because I expect so much of you, because I've seen how good of a diver you are. Sometimes my expectations are too high. Like yesterday, I was disappointed whenever you got out, but I had that dive to think about it and the way I was going to come at you. Sometimes I don't have that buffer of space and time to react the right way. You know what I mean? And I show you my disappointment. I don't ever want you to feel like I'm disappointed in you, ever. I've got your back. You're my son, and you're my dive buddy. I back you 100%. I just want to make sure that this is what you want to do. I don't want all this to be forced on you. You love diving, right?
Yeah, it's just, like, whenever we came here, I was a little, do I want to do this or not? Because I knew we were diving cold water.
Cold water is hard to dive without dry suits. We need dry suits. Well, I'm your dad before anything. Before channel, brand, partnerships, anything. I'm your dad first, and I've got your back. And no matter what a brand wants us to do or what they expect from us, we can perform. And we can produce the content that they need. But there's a limitation there. Like, I'm not going to put you in a situation where you're in danger and uncomfortable, and that comes first, right? Discomfort is something sometimes you just have to live through. But if it's to the point where you are going to be hypothermic and you're shaking before we even start our descent, like, I get it, man. I get it. We just got to try to be tough. And if we can't pull it off on this trip, I think it's like 30 degrees out there right now. It's cold. This should make the water feel warmer. But I love you, man.
Love you.
Got your back. Let's go try to dive.
I want to thank DiveX for believing in what we're building, and Zach and the team at Dive Vibe for the exceptional instruction. Without their support, we don't get to have these experiences or share these moments like this with you. I know this wasn't a video with big dives or crazy adventures, but I think it's important for people to see what actually happens behind the scenes with us. If you dive or explore with someone you care about, whether that's your son, your spouse, a best friend, and especially a junior diver, take the time to talk to them. Be open with each other. Have the conversations that don't always feel easy. When you're doing things that matter and sometimes carry real risk like diving does, communication and trust are just as important as training and gear. I hope you got something out of this video, and before you go, stick around for just a second and check out our nonprofit. It's something we truly believe in, and it has the potential to make a real difference for the future of diving and for the health of our oceans. Thanks for being here. Hey guys, I'm Jeff and this is Generations Below, and I've got some huge news for you. Generations Below started as a way for me to share my passion for diving with my son Gunnar, who we certified at just 12 years old. Watching his transformation underwater changed everything for me, and I fell in love with this sport and what it gives back to people. That's why we founded the Next Gen Divers Foundation. Our goal is simple: to give kids access to scuba diving who would never get the chance otherwise. Next Gen exists to fund junior diver certifications and their first set of essential gear. Kids can train with the dive shop they choose, and we reimburse the cost. And through our relationship with dive brands and the funding we raise, we will help put them into their first real dive kit. Every diver sees firsthand what our oceans are up against, and every diver, whether they realize it or not, becomes a conservationist. Next Gen Divers Foundation is a federally recognized 501c3, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate once or become a monthly supporter of the cause. If you want to truly impact the next generation of diving, help grow the sport, and protect our oceans and reefs while giving kids something to be proud of, support the Next Gen Divers Foundation, donate below, and we'll see you down there.